Here.
Clark.
Here.
Swallow. Here. Adair. Brooks. Parsons.
Here.
Bowman.
Here. Item number 4 is budget hearing for all interested citizens in the city of Alva is proposed for fiscal year 24 and 25. Anybody have anything? Okay, item 5, discussion and action to approve resolution 24-013, a resolution of the city of Alva, Oklahoma, adopting the FY 2024-2025 annual budget. Any comments? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve resolution 2024-013.
I'll second. I have a motion by Mr. Lahr and a second by Mr. Hoffman. Call the vote.
Clark.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Parsons.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Swallow. Yes.
Okay, motion carries. We'll move on to item number 6, presentation of Harper Sanitation on privatizing the City of Alva refuse service.
Yes, come on, Tony. I'm Mark Carter. This is my wife, Amanda. We own Harper Sanitation. We've really been scrambling, trying to get this thing figured out. There's a few snags we've run into. Mainly the one being Woodward Landfill apparently isn't in the business of making money, so they are kind of balking on taking the trash. And so we put some numbers together. I mean, I think we can beat anybody, any of the competition, and do you a very well job. But the problem I'm having right now, and I'm looking into other avenues of getting rid of the trash. I mean,
Where we take it?
yeah, currently, I mean, we all know it goes to Waste Connections in Mino. And, I mean, it'd be real simple for them to say they're not going to take the trash because you guys chose us over them, and we'd have nowhere to take the trash. I'm looking into other revenues. There's a couple in Kansas. Not too far away, over by Hartner. I can't remember the name of that landfill over there. We've been scrambling. I mean, I really didn't think the Woodward landfill would balk the way it has. And I really don't get, they're a 4-county disposal. Ellis, Woodward, Harper, and Dewey. And they consider this out of region trash, which is just ridiculous to me. But and it's 6 one, half dozen the other. I mean, if Mino will take it, there's no problem. But I know, as a business, they would be real easy to blackball us out, saying they won't take the trash and we won't have anywhere to go with it. So that's kind of the snafu we have right now. I've been working on it. Your guys' meeting was tonight. We were really trying to scramble and get. But, I definitely think I did come up and spend a day with Ronnie, I think. And there's a lot of the commercial stuff that we could really, slap a front load route in here and be a lot more efficient and cut down on, some of the days we're having to go to all these places, where everything is set up now for a 2-yard. I kind of put together a front road route for probably a 3-day-a-week type thing, and probably a couple of compactors, mainly at the prison. I was thinking the hospital and the nursing home there, but my deal right now is just the trash. Being able to get rid of it. I did talk to DEQ. They did say if you guys wanted to transfer, we could transfer, that's no problem. You know, we could end up taking over the transfer station, and that's a non-issue. So, but like I said, the issue is getting rid of it. So, like I said, and really they just contacted me today and really put the brakes on, you know. The board over there for the landfill doesn't meet, but once every 4 months. I'm like, well, I'm thinking, you know, we're talking, what, $17,000 a month. I mean, I think they probably need to have a special meeting. The chairman was getting a hold of everybody. I just hadn't heard back by the end of the day, but I really think they're balking. They're all about this Ford County deal. And I guess Woods County had the opportunity at the time, or 20 years ago, whenever they did all this, and decided they didn't need it. I mean, I don't know if this is about the same time you guys had the landfill that Avard or whatever, or when it shut down. I don't know. But anyway, so we've got a couple of things in the air, but I really think we can come in. If we can get rid of the trash, I think we can do a real fine job. And
You have a question?
Hey, can you discuss a little bit about what kind of service you're going to provide as far as people on the trucks, actually picking up trash?
Yes.
The dumpster, or the
I mean,
falls over, that kind of thing?
We would like to keep it as close to the way it is right now. It's
as possible. You guys are wanting to go to polycarts, which we are totally on board with. Polycarts it's going to be street side. I mean, we could probably come up with, you know, something. I don't know. I rode around with Ronnie. There's a couple of places like off these main strips that you have to go in the alley. But for the most part, residential stuff like that, we really like curbside, you know, for the polycarts. But the thing we do that Waste Connection doesn't, I have 2 guys working on the ground, and we keep it rear load for the most part. Everything except for the commercial stuff, you know, which I really think you guys need front load. I mean, they just offer bigger dumpsters, 8 yards, 6 yards, you know, 3 times a week. I think we can cover about everything except for the prison, which is, I think, 14 yards every 6 days or something. You guys go out there every day. So, I mean, that's a lot of trash. And I really think a compactor would be best there. You know, they just compact it, come pick it up, take it to landfill, bring it back. So, but our main deal is customer service. We have 2 guys on the ground where they have one in a truck with an arm that if the damn polycar didn't turn right, they're not going to get. You know, we really excel in the customer service side. So, like I said, we got 2 guys working on the ground.
It's nicer, it's cleaner.
Yeah.
If something spills, it's picked up.
Right.
Now, this is a 5-year rate sheet.
Yes.
So does that mean that our contract would be for 5 years?
For 5 years, and then we can renegotiate. Yeah. Whereas
Do we have any upfront investment on anything, or is all
you
that-
guys, no.
No.
No, the investment would be us. I mean,
So-
yeah, we plan on purchasing, you know, the trucks we need,
Okay.
the dumpsters we need, the new
Okay.
polycarts.
Compactors for the prison.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the compactors. Yep. We would buy those. Schools, I don't think it's going to be an issue if we take them to front load. I mean, hell, I really think we can get them 2 to 3 days a week where. Really, just a
That's
handful.
what the school at Woodward uses. We use
Yeah.
large front loads, and it works pretty well.
Now, as far as employees, would there be any potential for any of our employees
Yes,
to come
and
on board?
actually, I'm
Yes.
kind of
Like
counting
that.
on it. Yeah, because we need, you know, some people that know. I mean, kind of what you guys do now, where everything is.
And make the transition a lot
Yeah.
smoother.
How many people do you estimate you would employ?
Probably 4. I mean, if we get to the transfer station, it probably takes a couple of guys.
6
I
with
mean,
that.
yeah, probably 6. But,
Now, are you planning on basing all of your operations for Alva out of the transfer site, like you
yes,
currently do?
yes. And that's the thing, if, I didn't know if you guys would be up to, or, I mean, one way to kind of get around and still take it to Mino, but I mean, I know you guys want to be out of it completely, but if we could run the service for you and then say you guys charge us, I mean, I don't know, I was kind of thinking if you guys wanted to keep the transfer station and we could just use you for all the Alva stuff and pay you guys to dump the trash, you know. I don't know, there's just some things.
We're
Like-
concerned about Waste Connection
If-
telling us no.
Yeah.
If they won't.
We were to do that where you guys are just taking it to the transfer station, would we see any sort of reduction in these prices?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some wiggle room there. But that's one thing, I mean, I don't think Waste Connections is going to shut you guys out as a town, you know, taking your trash. But whereas if we just take over everything, I think, we're like, no, we're not helping Harper Sanitation out, you know? So,
And we'll
What-
approach them.
yeah, we will. I mean, I can call Kyle and visit with him and see. This is really the first meeting, you know, that we've been with all you guys, and just kind of want to get some of your input, see what your thoughts are, and see.
And I encourage you guys to call some of our towns, some of their towns,
I should say, I've talked to
and just
several.
pick brains, see what their service, see what, even not even theirs, others, what's worked for them and what hasn't.
What towns all do you operate in?
Yeah.
I talked to a city today that is with Waste Connection, and they actually said, once you get information from Harper, send it over to us, because we might be looking for someone different to take our service. So, I mean, that says something about how they feel that their services, so.
And there's a few that we service that have had us both. So Moreland and Taloga. We're
starting sealing.
We're starting
July
sealing
1st.
next month.
Yeah.
So they don't
Yeah.
know us yet, but
If we told you that, you know, say we come to agreement, you're able to find a place to take the trash, what is the waiting period before you would be able to start? How long are you looking at for equipment and transition?
The trucks, I don't think will be too much of an issue. Dumpsters, man, they really punch them out pretty quick. I mean, I know, I spoke with Steven. I know you guys said you like budgeted, 6 months? I think we could be up and running in the 6 months.
Okay.
So,
Is there any use, like, say, like, if we have dumpsters and polycarts in good condition,
yes.
is there a way to sell those to you, or
yes, I mean,
reduction
that's
of rate or something like
if-
that to?
right. And, you know, a lot of the residential type, I mean, if the dumpsters are still good, I mean, there's really no need to just buy it, you know, I mean, replace them for no reason. But the one thing I did want, I mean, I know the college, and I don't know how big a problem it's going to be. They own their own dumpsters, I guess. I mean, we would purchase the dumpsters from them, but we really need to get the college to front load. I mean, that's a big,
Yeah, but we could
It
buy
would-
theirs and use them somewhere else so
Right.
that they were out.
and that's all you guys. I mean, if you guys decide to go whatever, we can pick up kind of where you're leaving off, or we can order all new dumpsters and go that route. It's totally up to you. But we would like to,
Or if you wanted to surplus your dumpsters and we purchase them,
yeah. I
and
mean,
they're our problem.
Right.
If something's broken
If they
or
need-
rusted
yeah.
out, or.
That's the
it's our
thing.
job.
We like the dumpsters being our responsibility. That way, it's not on the customer. You know, the customer don't want to spend $350 replacing the bottom in it. You know, it's just a lot easier for us to maintain. And like I said, we buy whatever you have available.
Sure.
So
There's no reason to waste it.
yeah,
So would you service all of our existing customers?
yeah. We've been out to Hopeton, and yeah.
So you don't have a limit on how far you go
No.
outside?
we're all over down here anyway, so, Carmen, yeah.
The 3 miles west of Alva, say that.
So we're rural is kind of our specialty.
Yeah.
So do these prices here, does this include you using our transfer station? Did you? Okay.
Well, this is, I mean, us running probably,
Yeah.
running it. Which I was glad to hear that DEQ, he said, oh yeah, that's no problem to transfer, the title or whatever, what do you call it?
Permit or license?
Permit, yeah, to switch that over.
And I based this so it would be apples to apples. You could compare the. I mean, there's a lot more we could offer. We do a lot different. Like, I don't know that every residence needs to start out with 2 poly carts. That's the way they suggested it. That if you've got an elderly couple or someone single, one typically takes care of it.
Okay.
So that's not set in stone. Everybody has to have 2. If that's not and if that's the way you guys want it, that's fine too.
How many days a week do you say?
Well, I'm thinking probably, and I haven't gotten with Ronnie or Steven yet about the residential side of it to really see what all, I was really focused on getting the commercial side set up, or how I think it should be set up. I would say probably, I mean, at least a couple. I really need to go with him again and kind of run the residential part and see. I mean, man, I really don't see it taking more than 2 days. I mean, splitting the town up, three at the most.
Would you be willing to be here 2 days a week?
Yeah, and
So, I think the question is, would we pick up residents' trash once a week or twice a week?
oh yeah, once a week. Yeah,
That's the reason for the 2 poly carts, is to make sure they have the right volume.
right.
But there may be some that don't need that volume.
Yes, and that's like, yeah.
Do you have any municipalities that you're with that you do residential twice a week?
Ceiling's gonna have a few.
Dumpsters, but
Yeah,
polycarts,
Polycart's not.
not so much. Yeah,
What size of poly carts are there?
95.
the 90, yeah. I think they're 96.
Yeah, they're.
There's like ones we have.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can do multiple. You can have more than 2 if that. Yeah, some with several. Do you have residentials that get twice a week service now?
All
Yeah. They do?
They have one poly cart.
Okay.
So that's why we're going to 2, so they have the same volume 1 time a week.
That makes sense. Okay.
But currently, we don't really put a hard limit on it. If somebody owns 2 or, if they own 2 or 3 dumpsters, they can get those dumped, or 2 or 3 carts of their own, they can get those dumped twice a week currently, right? So, I mean, it's just, I just want to make sure that what we do is going to have the smallest effect on, I want it to be so seamless that, there's going to be things that are different.
Yeah.
And I understand.
Nobody likes change.
But I want it to be where people are like, yes, there's a little bit of change, but it's not such a huge change that people are mad about it.
Yes.
And it'll take time to get used to, and I know it's not going to be the same, but just as seamless from us, the last time we pick up to the first time an outside company starts, if we go that route, just make sure it's seamless, good transition, so our citizens aren't upset.
And that's why I think it would be helpful to have the current employees that know their customers, that can take care of them the way they have been taking care of them.
For the most part.
I mean,
Yeah.
just, it'd be easier.
How do you handle if, say, there's houses in town that may have their utilities off? Will we just generate them a report to not pick those up? Because right now, I don't know this, but I assume that there's some places that we're picking up that aren't paying for occasionally. And so I would, if we're being billed based on what you pick up, would that just be our responsibility to tell you when to pick up, when to stop,
Yes.
type deal?
I have a little sheet. It's emailed, faxed, whatever's convenient,
Okay.
or call. Their address, name, stop, start, what kind of service, what we're stopping or starting, and then that adjusts on your bill.
Okay.
So you just send it in to us, and then we talked about this a little bit before. At the end of the month when the bill comes, I resend all of those to make sure we're on the same page every month. That way the counts don't get way out of whack. We can fix it as fast as we can.
And then this bulky waste cleanup, tell me, is that permanent addition to, there's 4 free, is that twice a year? Is that how?
We talked about, I think, as Alva's size, to leave 2 permanently there.
Okay.
So kind of like it is now at the transfer station, we're going to be 2 out there.
Right.
We do that at Winoka. They have one at the city yard and one at the county yard, and they call us as they need dumped, and we do 2 for free every month, and anything beyond that. Now, we do bring some in for town cleanup for a lot, which we can do that as well. Twice a year, we take into Winoka a couple of extras, and they do a couple of long weekends. And
So we get 2 free per
month.
month. Do we know how many we're filling up per month now?
At least 2, maybe 3.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
So it's gonna be a huge,
That would be each thing.
huge thing, okay. So that's important. I like that.
Any other discussion? Would you expect our employees to relocate? Wanted them to relocate, would they be able to?
Yeah, no,
We
they,
want them to stay here.
yeah, we actually, I mean, if this still goes through, we'd actually like to station a couple of trucks here. I mean, there's no sense,
If they wanted
uh,
them to go to get the trucks, come back with the trucks, and then go back to then leave the trucks. and
yeah,
come back
no,
out.
No.
yeah,
No.
no,
If they wanted to stay in Alva. that's-
right, yeah. No, I plan or having, 1 25-yard, rear load and 1, what are the front ones, 30 yards?
Yeah.
Or they're bigger?
Trucks here.
Yeah, trucks here,
They just stay
and just like station them out there at the transfer station or whatever. So, and then that way they can, report there, and we can get started, whatever. And
It's just a lot of
So-
road time that nobody really needs.
I would be curious to see what the price sheet would look like if we continue to haul our own trash, and then kind of compare the savings of that. Because if the savings is more than it cost us, it could be a good thing for both of us. I'd like to kind of.
And that's the thing. I mean, it really, there's no sense in you guys not being able to make money as well as, as it's taken over. I mean, most towns do. And like a few of our towns, I know it's hard to implement, but I mean, you guys did a really fine job of it because I couldn't bring a 30-yard roll-off in here for the longest time. And when I was riding around with Ronnie, because I guess you guys did it all in the past or whatever, and I was riding around with Ronnie, I was like, well, who the heck is this other guy? I said, I was told we can't have 30 yards in Alva. And, and he's like, oh yeah, no, we opened that up. I was like, well, nobody told me. I've been turning down roll-offs at Alva for a while. So, but, there's no sense. I mean, and that's a thing, forcing the people or whatever to go through you guys to get roll-offs, kind of like you did in the past. I mean, you guys can make a little money on it, and we can make some money on it. So, I mean, roll-offs probably be a little different. I probably would try to haul them back to Woodward without them knowing. Just because we all know roll-offs, the transfer truck, I'm sure having to split that stuff. I mean, that's really set up for household trash.
What is your retail, I see what our price is for roll-offs, but if someone called you and said, I want you to bring a 30-yard roll-off, what is your retail price on that for just an individual?
Sure. Well, for here, it's
It was right under 500, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's two.
Plus whatever the tonnage
yeah,
was, it might be.
264.16 for the roll-up, and it's 283 for mileage, because it's an hour up and an hour back. But I would generate something less expensive if the customers were coming through you guys, so that the town could make some money. And you guys handle the billing with them, and it goes on however you are billing now.
I like that.
I really wish I had my own landfill. I've really kind of talked to DEQ today. I was like, why don't you send me all the information? You know, it's just such a hard thing to do anymore. He's like, yeah, we really don't send that kind of information out much anymore. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure you don't. And I even asked about you guys' old landfill. I was like, well, what would it take to get that going again, you know? And he's like, yeah, they kind of drag their feet on that. But, I mean, he did. He's supposed to be emailing me some information. I mean, it's something we should have done a long, long time ago. But, like I said, we really don't want to upset the apple cart, you know. It's just, we just kind of always went with the flow. But this I can promise you, our service would be a lot better. You'd be a lot happier with our service. I can just assure you. But
Closer to what you're accustomed to.
yeah, I mean, you guys sound like Woodward. I mean, our city guys in Woodward. I mean, they get everything, you know. But and we strive. I mean, customer service is our.
And we do I don't like to call it handicap service, but if you have elderly or someone that can't.
Disabilities.
We
yeah.
don't use handicap stickers because I don't like those. We use smiley face stickers so nobody knows. I mean, eventually you'll know around town, but I don't like them. So, and that's no additional charge. We'll go up, get them, as long as they're visible to the guys. And
Or
take
we
them
know
back.
which ones.
Yeah. And they would be noted on our route sheet.
Now, say someone misses say for some reason you miss somebody, is that gonna be are they gonna have a number for you guys, or are they gonna be calling us for something like that?
They would call you guys. I
They would
mean,
call us,
you
okay.
really, yeah.
So you
handle
don't have really any contact with the customer?
us.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
they
mean-
still call us.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they call both usually.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Well, if they call us, we'll take care of it. It's
Okay.
not,
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna say, sorry, you gotta,
right. Call the town.
we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But if we miss, we go back and get it.
Okay.
We'll take care of it. I mean, and that's why I think it would be helpful to have the guys here.
That know what they're doing or know that.
Yeah. And misses happen. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot of trash.
Yeah.
Well, and it's, even when you get in a routine and you're doing the same ones all the time, it happens. So it's,
Do you guys know how much you're paying per ton right now? I don't know if we got that.
I don't return.
Okay.
I can find out though.
Okay. Yeah, I know at one time I was looking at putting our own transfer station in about 10 years ago, and I think Waste Connections they were going to like do it for like 25 a ton or whatever. So I just wasn't sure how much you guys were paying now.
I can
Because
find out.
if Woodward, I mean, yeah, that's what I told them. I said, well, if we're bringing in another 300 ton a month, I expect a price break. And they're like, oh, no, we can't do that. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, yeah. And that's what really, I'm really tired of them kind of holding us back on some things, just really frustrated with them. But
And what are they a ton?
55.
55, okay.
Yeah. So,
they're the most expensive in the area. Sure.
yeah. And the worst. I mean, they're just terrible.
We get close to Elk City and we haul into Elk City
Yeah.
too. And
They're cheaper, well ran.
it's a much nicer
Yeah.
facility, but that doesn't help here.
Yeah.
It's too far.
But once I kind of got the word today, I really started looking. And I know Seward County over there, Liberal, whatever, they are constantly coming over into the Panhandle And so we'd probably have to just make the trucks IFTA, like interstate and not intrastate like we are now, where we could actually go. But I really think, hell, it's not that far. Like what, up to Hardner, what is that, Kiowa? What's that other town? Kiowa, yeah. It looked like it was kind of in between. That landfill was up there, so, which is probably 30 miles closer than either Woodward or, so. I just realized who you were.
Yeah.
War baseball. His kids play, yeah. So, yeah. But like I said, we've been working feverishly trying to figure this out. But that's kind of where we're at, and we understand. Like I said, I know you guys are wanting to move on this deal, and I know you guys are struggling with some trucks, breaking down and whatnot. And it's a pain. But, yeah. I don't know, when's the next town meeting for you guys?
July,
July.
the third Monday in July.
Well, I'd like to continue working on, like I said, seeing what we can do, locking in something.
We can find somewhere to take it.
Yeah. That's really our holdup at this point. And Waste Connections may not have a problem with it. But it's really, I think they're getting pretty tired of us taking towns from them. So, that's
You haven't got a no from the Tri-County or Full County?
from Woodward, not yet, but I think it's coming. Yeah, they're just.
That's because our county didn't buy in when they did it originally?
Right, and I'm not sure how that all works. I really need to investigate. But yeah, he said it was all about, I don't know, they're worried about room for one, but I know they've got the land across the street from where they're at now.
Where are you taking Winoka's trash?
Woodward.
Well, that was county, so
I
see
know.
the
Yeah,
difference,
it's,
I know.
yeah,
you know?
so.
Winoka's
No, it's been a
answered
big fight, I guarantee it.
Mhm.
And what they were wanting to charge us.
Yeah, they were wanting to charge us double for Winoka's and
Yeah.
Freedom's
It was like,
trash.
you lost your damn mind, so. I finally got him talked into
Not.
allowing Winoka, and I don't know, maybe like I said, the guy I talked to, he's the chairman, he's a city worker for the city of Woodward, he's their head guy, whatever, and he's the chair on the board out there. So, he didn't act real interested in it, but maybe the county commissioners will have a little different frame of mind, but yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from them, so. But anyway, if you guys have any more questions?
It's no different.
Any other comments? Well, thank you guys for your time. Appreciate you coming to town.
Thanks for having us.
And if you have, please reach out if you're looking and you have questions.
Yeah.
Our cell numbers are in that packet too, as well as the office number. Him and I, it's easier to reach us on our cells because we're doing things like this. So, anytime, any question, doesn't matter how small it is.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming, definitely.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 7, discussion action, enter into executive session. Pursuant to 25 O.S. 307B1 B2 to discuss FY 24-25 City of Alva and IAFF Local 3782 negotiations and city employees pension vesting timeline.
I'll motion to enter into executive session after we pull, as stated in the agenda.
Second.
Call the vote.
Parsons,
Yes.
Lar,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Swallow,
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to discussion and action on item number 9, discussion and action regarding city employee pension vesting timeline. Do we have any discussion or a motion?
I would motion to change the city investing timeline from the current plan of 10 years to a 5-year plan. Is that?
Yep.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. Call the vote, please.
Parsons,
Yes.
Lahr,
Yes.
Swallow,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes. And we have no new business, so we'll adjourn the city council meeting and move on to Alva Economic Development Authority special meeting. Call the roll, please.
Hoffman,
Here.
Lahr,
Here.
Swallow,
Here.
Adair, Brooks, Parsons,
Here.
Bowman.
Here. Item number 3, discussion action to approve resolution 2024-004, a resolution of the Alva Economic Development Authority of the City of Alva, Oklahoma, adopting the 2024-2025 annual budget. Do I have any discussion or motion?
Steve, I had a question on this. If we decide to enter into a contract with the economic development firms, and that could be paid out of this, if there's funds, would that just require an amendment? Okay, so it won't be.
So that's so you're talking about retail strategies?
Yes.
Okay, so I set aside the $45,000 already in the general fund budget.
Okay.
So we've got money for that contract for the
Okay.
first year. So I've got it set aside, and if we needed to, we could. Believe it or not, it's easier to transfer from the general fund to the AEDA than it is from the AEDA to the general fund. So if we needed to do that, we could. I don't think there's any foul by paying for that out of the general fund. So I've got it budgeted in the general fund already.
I would motion to approve resolution 2024-004, a resolution of the Alva Economic Development Authority of the City of Alva, Oklahoma, adopting the 2024-2025 annual budget.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Lahr and a second by Ms. Swallow. Can I call a vote, please?
Lahr,
Yes.
Swallow,
Yes.
Parsons,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
And with no new business, we'll adjourn the Economic Development Authority and go to the Alva Utility Authority special meeting. Call the roll, please.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Lahr,
Here.
Swallow,
Here.
Adair, Brooks, Parsons,
Here.
Bowman.
Here. Item number 4, discussion action to approve resolution 2024-004, a resolution of the Alva Utility Authority of the City of Alva, Oklahoma, adopting the 2024-2025 annual budget. Is there any discussion?
Motion to approve resolution 2024-004, a resolution of the Alva Utility Authority of the City of Alva, Oklahoma, adopting the 2024-2025 annual budget.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Can we call the vote, please?
Lahr,
Yes.
Swallow,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Parsons,
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes. Okay, item number 5, discussion action to approve the contract with Myers Engineering for the water line relocation on the north side of US 64 east of Alva at a cost of $92,162.15. It's my understanding that this is costing us nothing.
Costs us nothing. We are a pass-through on this. This is ODOT paying for this. We have to approve it just because we're the ones entering into the contract with Myers. But ODOT will reimburse us and it'll go right straight to Myers through us. So it's a pass-through. It's just like when we approved the bids the other day. Didn't matter what the cost was, ODOT's going to pay it. So, same thing.
I I'd motion to approve the contract with Myers Engineering for the water line relocation on the north side of US 64 east of the city at a cost of $92,162.15.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Could call the vote, please.
Lord,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Parsons.
Yes.
Swallow.
Yes.
And with no new business, we'll adjourn.